Wait, guys, that wasn't from the game.
What? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm gonna call 911 though.
All right. Richard Goldman's body was found in his home office. He had a gunshot wound in his forehead. Thanks to the gunpowder residue, we know he was shot from about a meter away. At the scene, we discovered a bullet, a vintage gun, and unidentified strands of hair on the victim's shirt. While the lab boys work on that, let's talk about our two suspects, Samantha Goldman and Sarah Anderson. Samantha Goldman, the victim's wife. She was in the house at the time of the murder, and she doesn't have an alibi. Apparently, she runs her local HOA and seems to be in good standing with her neighbors. They all insisted that she couldn't have been involved in any way.
I was getting ready for bed when I heard the gunshot. I ran to Timmy as fast as I could. I didn't even think to call the police.
Sarah Anderson, the victim's secretary. She was last seen entering the house a few hours earlier. None of the neighbors remembered her leaving. Apparently, she was at the Goldman house to deliver some files that the victim forgot in the office.
You think I killed Rich? Oh, I loved him. Besides, you say the murder happened around 10, right? I think I was at my apartment at that time.
The lab boys got back to us about the evidence. The bullet's rifling marks don't match up with that vintage gun we found, so it's not our murder weapon. We also know that this bullet was definitely the bullet that went through the victim's skull, because they found traces of his blood on it. They also compared the DNA of those hair strands to our suspects, and it seems like they belong to Sarah Anderson. Sarah was the only person who left something at the crime, but we'd gotten all we were going to get out of her already, so we decided to try a different direction. So, what do you think about Sarah Anderson, your father's secretary?
Sarah? I think her and Dad were hooking up or something. She's always around when Mom isn't, and Dad made me promise not to tell Mom about her. She's nice, though. Sometimes she brings me ice cream.
Sarah confirmed her and the victim's affair, and admitted that she wasn't at the house earlier that night to deliver files, but to meet with Richard. Despite this, she insisted that she still wasn't the murderer, so we turned to the wife. When asked about the affair, she insisted that she had no idea about it. After some further investigation, we found Mrs. Goldman's diary hidden under her mattress. Inside were many entries about how she did in fact know about her husband's affair, and how it filled her with rage. This made us continue searching through the bedroom, only for us to discover a plastic bag hidden deep in her closet and a gun tucked into the vent. The plastic bag had some clothes inside that the lab boys found gunpowder residue on, and the gun's rifling marks matched up to the bullet found at the crime scene. I decided to confront Samantha about this newfound evidence, and boy did she react.
I didn't mean to kill him, I swear! I just wanted to show him how angry I was. He trapped me in this plastic box of a life and then abandoned me for some other woman. Then he had the gall to try and deny it, and I just snapped.